Let's watch Mike Tomlin's end of the year speech to the team.
Is this for me? I'm not going to pretend to be eloquent and have words for what we're doing right now, man. I don't. I never, ever prepare for failure, to be quite honest with you. It's a waste of time. I know it hurts.
Mike, you don't prepare for failure. You went into this year with your starting quarterback at 36 years old, Russell Wilson, who can't throw the ball down the middle of the field and whose legs are shot. You set yourself up for failure. I'm sorry. You really did.
It hurts for me. I assume it hurts for you. When I fail, man, I expect it to hurt. I'm okay with that component of it. But I can't hurt too long, because then it jeopardizes what lies ahead. And so as a leader, man, you got that commitment from me. I love what I do. I love who I do it with, and I love where I do it. I'm a competitor. That's who I am. I'm comfortable with that. As painful as this failure is, man, I love this game. I love this business at this level. I do. I'm just wired like that. I'm thankful that I am. Man, I need this. It ain't always good, but man, it is me. I absolutely love it, even when it's miserable, and I am comfortable saying that, even when it's miserable and it hurts. But other than that, man, in terms of this journey coming to a screeching halt, man, I don't have the words. I don't.
I don't know, Mike. I don't think anybody's questioning your love for the game or questioning that you love the Pittsburgh Steelers or questioning that you want to win. I mean, sometimes the decisions that you make are, I don't really understand some of the decision making, the thought process. Again, going into this year thinking that Russell Wilson can outduel Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl, and then never mind playing the NFC, Jalen Hurts. I don't know how anybody in their right mind thought that this was going to work out before the season started. I just don't. I mean, you saw the tape in Denver. You heard the rumors in Denver. You heard the rumors in Seattle. Why would Mike Tomlin think that he's going to bring Russell Wilson and all of a sudden he's just going to magically make him Andrew Luck or something? I don't understand the thought process behind this at all. I mean, I'm not even going to get into the time clock management and all that type of stuff. But I remember when the Steelers played the Jaguars, this was a while ago, and they're either down by 3 or down by 1. They're not down by much. They have Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, a stacked defense still led by Troy Polamalu, and they go for an onside kick to Tyler Malekovich or Marinovic. You get the point. There's still almost 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Mike Tomlin has them kick onsides. They don't recover the onside kick. They have Blake Bortles at quarterback. He's absolutely atrocious. He should have kicked the ball deep. The defense would have stopped him. And you get a chance to win the game. But instead, they kick that onside kick. They give Leonard Fournette the ball. I think he picks up like 18 yards on the first play, and the game's over. Something to that effect. They had one timeout. It doesn't matter. You get the point. Terrible, terrible game management and clock management. And I really thought after that Jaguars game, this is going back 10, 12 years ago, that Mike Tomlin was going to be fired after that game. Because with those type of players that you have Antonio Brown, Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, where you could score in an instant, 3 passes and you're in the end zone. And they had one timeout left, or they had timeouts left, I remember. And instead of kicking the ball deep, relying on your defense, and legendary defense, they kick it on sides to the second or third string backup linebacker, probably the slowest guy on the field. They don't recover the onside kick. The Jaguars run 2 plays and the game's over. It was just mind-blowing. Just absolutely. I remember being in Applebee's watching the game and thinking to myself, wow, what the hell is Mike Tomlin thinking? And that's the only time that I question Tomlin. I don't question his love for the game. I love how he respects the tradition of the Steelers and wants to do it the Rooney way. I understand why Art Rooney doesn't get rid of him. This is not the message I want to hear. You know, the message that I want to hear and to the team should have been, we're going to bring in some consultants to the team. We're going to try to be coached better. You know, we got a lot of great athletes in the room. We're not that far away from winning the Super Bowl, which they're not. I mean, they have a lot of good players. A lot. Especially on defense. I mean, the offensive line is stacked with first and second round picks. So, I just don't think you should just purge the roster and all these other NFL players are just so much better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't believe that. I believe they're not being put in the best positions to win. And obviously, they need a quarterback, and Sam Darnold should be the quarterback. I mean, this Russell Wilson decision, your season was over before it even started. And there's always media speculation that Tomlin always wants to look like the smartest guy in the room. Because let's just say, hypothetically, he brought in Russ and they won a Super Bowl. He would look like the all-time world genius. But the chances for that happening were absolutely slim to none. And you saw it unfold before your eyes. So this message to the team, there was a couple things that we're going to bring in consultants. As an offensive line, the offensive line needs to become physically stronger. They need to get stronger. They need to get pushed off the line. And they need to be put in better positions. You know, the coaching, I know you have to execute, and it's always about execution, but in a game of inches, if at that level, if the slightest thing is off, you're going to have issues. You know, and Russell Wilson, he makes it easy for a defense. He makes it super easy for defenses. He's not going to do anything to throw the defense off balance. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He doesn't scare you. He doesn't scare a defense any type of way. Running the ball, throwing the ball. As a defender, I want him to run. I mean, even as a defender, I want Lamar Jackson to take off and run. You know, you got to remember, this is the NFL where everybody can run. I want quarterbacks to run. And if you keep running and getting greedy, I'm going to hit you eventually. So all this running, I believe that a quarterback just needs to have a sense or instincts to move up and slide in the pocket, up, down, side to side. I don't need a guy to run a 4.2 40. But Russell Wilson can't even do that, and he can't even throw the ball. So this end of the season speech, not really what I wanted to hear. I thought he should have been more prepared with a plan to present to the team going forward. We're going to get stronger as a team in the weight room. We're going to bring in some consultants to help with the coaching staff. I can do things better. We all can do things better. Just to come in and say, I have no words. I have 0 words. Come on, Mike. I mean, I'm not trying to over-critique this. I get it. You know, you could talk to your blue in the face. It's like beating a horse. But at least lay out some kind of plan. I know you can't air out the players and be like, well, this guy sucks and that guy sucks. I don't expect that at all. We all know the big elephant in the room. The Steelers need a quarterback. And they need to bring in some consultants, you know, for the offense, the defensive coverages and schemes, and get other teams off balance. When another team is on offense, our defense needs to get them off balance. Moving guys around, mixing up the coverages. The same thing with the offense. You notice the Kansas City Chiefs, they got probably the greatest quarterback. I hate saying that, but no, I'm not going to say that. Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback ever for one reason. Every time he got to the Super Bowl, he never lost. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, they already have losses in the Super Bowl. So in my mind, forever, Joe Montana will be the greatest unless another quarterback gets to the Super Bowl more than 4 or 5 times and wins every single time. But we need to get a quarterback and an offense that gets defenses off balance. And look at the Chiefs. They got the greatest quarterback in the world. But they hit you with the run at a certain time that just gashes you. They mix the running to their passing game so well that the defense is like confused and off balance. The Chiefs, Andy Reid really does a good job mixing up the play calls. As Spags on defense, it matters. That stuff matters at this level. Everything matters. If you leave one stone and you don't unturn it, you're going to lose games. You're going to lose. And I'm all about lining up across from a guy and kicking his ass. I get it. About execution. I'm 1,000% for it. And that will hold true for the next 200. It doesn't, to the time that football ends. But this is a specialized game now where you have to mix up the coverages. You can't be that predictable all the time because the other team gets paid too. The other team has great players too. There's no slouches in the NFL. Nobody. Even the third string backup is an All-American. So I thought things could have been presented much better in the exit meeting.